got our eyes on these tourists. Next minute, there's 20 of them all stuck in the rip. They've drifted out of the flags and they're in trouble.
You hanging on? The new buggy gets you where you want to go, quick smart.
It was only like probably a foot too deep, the water, and then just all going under. Yeah, go Luke. Go, go, go. Oh, there goes another one. Go, Beauty. He's just standing up a little bit, but then he drowns for about 2 seconds, and then he comes back up.
I'm paddling out, and I mean the seconds now between us getting to them and them going under. I get to the guy, get him on the board, and unfortunately, they jump on feet first in the coffin position.
I was on the binoculars, I could see their facial expressions. Some of them are laughing.
I don't know what they were laughing at, but something was pretty funny apparently. Maybe they were happy to be alive.
Hey boys, come straight in. Not funny, straight to shore, you can't swim.
Sometimes it's a bit beyond a head scratcher for us. Without a doubt, it aggravates me that people laugh when they almost die.
Half of them are laughing because they got in, but the other two, their mates pretty much were drowning and they don't even realise.
Hey, Louis!
It's a Korean church group and they either had got on their side today or they were just lucky that the lifeguards were doing a good job.
Almost there.
It can't be common sense that makes you laugh. It's got to be pure embarrassment.
People going swimming when they have no idea.
Some of them were nearly drowning. They thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Drowning at Bondi is definitely not a laughing matter, especially for the lifeguards.
We've had some shocking technical advances in the lifeguard service.
We've got this marine radio. We haven't saved or even looked like saving a life with it.
The digital sign in the tower, that's rubbish. The old bird cage, that was rubbish.
The winches on the bikes, they were a waste of time.
Like anything that rotates or anything like that, as soon as the salt gets into it, it seals up and they rust up.
I happened to be out on the jet ski when Harry was just putting around on the new jet board.
No hands!
The only thing I can see it doing is making us all fat.
Over the years, Harry's has had some of the worst ideas I've ever heard. But to his credit, this new bird cage is probably the best thing the service has bought. It just gives you a place to be able to get a really good vantage point and you can also get out of the elements.
Don't get comfy. So I'm with Whippet and we're in the Northern Tower.
From the north to central, we've got the cobbies bringing in someone in between the flags. Oh, that's so ready?
It can be the difference between life or death, whether you've got to drive through that crowd and take another 30 seconds to a minute or have a tower sitting there when someone's ready to go.
Yeah, the cobbies are working on someone in between the flags, Max. I'm just heading down there now.
Yeah, copy, mate.
The patient's been found unconscious and face down in the water.
Roll around, let's go. 1, 2, 3. So just drag around that way.
Passing out anywhere is dangerous, but passing out in the water can be deadly.
Ambulance has been called in on its way.
Get the oxy on her.
The girl's been found face down and unconscious in the water.
Ambulance has been called in on its way.
Good girl. That's it.
Yesterday, you get a heart monitor, check for hearts playing up.
And there's no results yet?
Her name's Caitlin. She's 16 years of age and she's been swimming with her boyfriend. He tells us she's got undiagnosed heart problems. He said she's passed out before, but never for this length of time.
She was with her boyfriend swimming. He pulled her in.
And she was very close to being dead, half breathing with this kind of faint pulse.
We don't have enough medical training to understand what's actually happening there. Sometimes It's easier if they don't have a pulse because you can just deal with those symptoms and you know exactly what to do.
For us, it's scary. If we can't get them around, we're waiting for them to either deteriorate or get better.
Let's just treat it as a spinal.
Just try and keep that head nice and straight.
So we've got an ambulance on its way, yeah?
Apparently, yeah.
Yep. When we're unsure of the mechanism of a patient's injury, we have to treat it as a spinal. She could have very easily gone to dive under a wave and hit her head.
Can you hear us? Blink your eyes if you can hear us. 1, 2, 3. Moving over, holding your head on the board. Can you hear me, Caitlin? Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Can you hear me?
Caitlin. Can you please do us a huge favour and just leave alone? Obviously, she doesn't need you guys all standing here watching her, all right?
The ambulance here. We've got a full ring of death, 2 sets of ambulances, and a whole cop station.
Very well yourself. Guys, can I just get
Pretty strong pulse.
Over to you.
Breathing.
Yep.
Just no response.
So what's the story? How was she found?
She was found in the water by a boyfriend.
When the ambos arrive, it's like a breath of fresh air. Just means that we can hand it over.
Poor thing, she's only 16 years old, and luckily her boyfriend was right there swimming with her. Otherwise, it's, it would have been a lot worse. I mean, it's still pretty frightening, the fact that she hasn't come around after 10, 15 minutes.
Something else will happen now for sure. As soon as you get one thing happen, another thing happens, always.
The ambulance has just carried her up, and they're going to take her off to hospital to get further tests, and hopefully all comes good. Roo, we got one hit. Roo, we got that kid in the north corner. I looked up, and 10, 12-year-old kid had jumped off the rocks and was just in the rip. He couldn't get back up the rocks and starting to panic. Bondi Central, we just got one head in the north corner. Within 30 seconds, his mates jumped in as well, so then there's 2 of them in the rip.
I paddle past the first kid because the Bondi Rescue cameraman's in the water so he can hold him up.
Reedy paddled out to the furthest kid who was the most in danger. I didn't want to leave the post. If I go in, then there's no one manning the whole northern end of the beach. So I gave the clubbies, 2 of them, I just said jump in.
With a good, 6 to 8 foot northeast swell wrapping around the corner, all the water comes in here and it's all going out that little gutter. So that kid was out of the boat ramp in like 2 seconds.
A successful rescue all around. 2 kids back to the beach safe. The only problem was the kids were probably going to get a good serve from their mum.
I got caught in a rip, so I couldn't get back in.
I'd say the last 30 minutes on the beach has really demonstrated how important that North Bondi birdcage is.
The birdcage definitely proved its worth. Great observation for the rescue and close proximity to the unconscious patient. We found out that Caitlin was treated at St Vincent's Hospital and she was later released, which was really good news.
Most of the time, spinal treatment's just a precaution, but every now and then, it's going to be the real deal.
Still with us? Yeah. Just don't move your hand, that's it.
As I put up to this bloke, he's got these big Clark Kent glasses on. Not very often you rescue people with glasses.
It's lifeguard challenge night, and who could have dreamt of this finish?
Watch out, Robbo! I love when someone tries their guts out, and I especially love when they spew their guts up at the